let's talk about loyalty. But maybe not in the way you're used to thinking about it. We're going to skip the big, dramatic cliches. Instead, we're going to look for something quieter, something more real. We're going to explore what true loyalty actually looks like in the small, consistent moments of everyday life.
You know those days, right? You walk in the door completely drained, just beat down by the world. And you don't even have to say a word. She just sees you, walks over with your favorite drink, and says something like, "Figured you could use this." It's not a grand gesture. It's a quiet act of just knowing you, of paying attention. And it's in these tiny, unprompted moments where the real foundation of loyalty is built.
So often, we're taught that loyalty is supposed to look like jealousy or possessiveness, like that's how you know they care. But what if that's not loyalty at all? What if really it's just insecurity? Let's explore a totally different idea, that real loyalty isn't about demanding proof, it's about a calm, deep feeling of safety.
So our first sign is all about what I call everyday transparency. Now listen, this is not about demanding passwords or setting rules, not at all. It's about being in a relationship that's so naturally open that suspicion, well, it just can't survive. It's like there's no oxygen for it. This whole idea of transparency really shows up in two key ways. On one hand, you have the simple behavior. She just plain has nothing to hide on her phone. And on the other hand, you have the incredible feeling this creates. This strong, mutual trust that lets you feel completely and totally secure. And this right here, this is the critical shift. The insecure way of looking at things is all about control, feeling like you need to check up to verify. But a secure relationship, it's built on trust. The real sign of loyalty isn't being allowed to look at her phone. The real sign is being in a relationship where that thought never even crosses your mind.
And think about the payoff here. When you have that foundation of trust, you're not wasting all your mental energy playing detective, worrying about things. All that energy gets to go where it's supposed to go, back into building a deeper connection. That is the very heart of emotional safety.
All right, next up, deep acceptance. You see, loyalty isn't just about being faithful. It's about being truly seen and truly loved for who you actually are. All the quirks, all the flaws, the whole deal.
And you'll see this in a couple of really powerful ways. First, she actually loves your small daily habits. You know, the nerdy way you organize your bookshelf or the way you hum when you make coffee. Second, it's not just about you and her. You're close to her people, her family, her friends. It shows you're a genuine part of her entire life.
This really gets to the core of it. Anyone can love the idea of you, the version of you that shows up on a perfect date night. That's conditional. But full acceptance, that's when she loves your actual self, the you on a random Tuesday morning. She finds your quirky routines endearing, and she's not trying to change them. She loves you because of these things, not in spite of them.
And this is exactly why being welcomed into her inner circle is so important. When her friends and family know you and they embrace you, it's a huge signal. It means she's not keeping you in a separate little box. She's weaving you into the entire fabric of her life. She's signaling to her whole world that you are a non-negotiable part of it. Okay, that brings us to our final theme, which is long-term commitment. This is where we see that loyalty isn't just a feeling you have right now. It's a clear path pointed toward a shared future, and you can see it in both words and actions.
So the last two signs are pretty cool because they look both forward and backward. One, she actively talks about a future that includes you. And just as important, too, her past actions, her history, show a consistent pattern of respecting the relationship she's been in.
Just think about the language in your relationship. There's this natural evolution, right? At first, it's a lot of I statements. Then, it starts to shift to we. But the real sign of long-term loyalty is when we starts being used to talk about the future. It's not just, what are we doing for dinner? It's, what should we do next summer? Or, how are we going to handle this change? It's a subtle shift in language, but it is profound. This brings us to a really important idea, relational integrity. It's just a way of saying there's consistency. If she says she values loyalty, does her past actually reflect that? A history of respecting her partners, like never having cheated, well, it's not a guarantee, of course, but it is a powerful sign that her actions really do align with her values. And that's really the bottom line, isn't it? Promises are easy. Talk is cheap. But a consistent pattern of behavior, day in and day out, that is the most reliable, genuine evidence of commitment you are ever going to find.
So when you put all these pieces together, the transparency, the acceptance, the commitment, a much clearer and, frankly, a much healthier picture of loyalty starts to emerge.
So if there's one big takeaway, it's this.
Loyalty is not found in some single big test. It's revealed slowly. It's in the small, daily actions and the consistent behavior that builds trust. It's proven not in one big moment, but over the steady course of time.
And maybe this is the most important thing to remember. You can't police loyalty into existence. You can't demand it with rules or tests. It's a quality you observe. It's a feeling you recognize. It's the peace you feel when you're with the right person. So the real question isn't, how can I make her prove her loyalty? The real question is, do her actions, consistently, day after day, make me feel safe, seen, and secure?